For being here. So nice to have you here. Yeah, so we're going to go through some testimonials, which are from the latest game and a couple from the game before that. And just explain a little bit what the game is, what we're going to be doing this month, and yeah, just show you what we're all about and if it's something for you. So yeah, we're going to start with some testimonials. We're going to do a brief outline of the upcoming game. We have a bonus of the Law of Vibration book club. We'll explain what that is. And we have an app. We can show you how the app works, which is also beneficial if you're going to play the game with us. So the basics of the appreciation game, we have to repeat this all the time because this is the most important aspect of the whole game. And sometimes people lose track and want to do all the other stuff, the daily tasks and stuff, but the most important thing is appreciate 3 times a day. How? You log your set point before and you log your set point after, and we go by the David Hawkins scale of consciousness. And in the scale of consciousness, there are different levels of vibration. So there's lower levels where you're in force, and then the upper levels where you're in power. And power are the higher energies, and that's our goal, is to go up to those higher energies where you're more in flow in life and you manifest things. And so that's why we're logging it, so that we can see, oh, we started out here, I was a lot in frustration, and in the end I was in courage all the time, or I was in love all the time. So yeah, that's the goal. We post in the group once a day. This is for us to keep track of you, of what you're doing, your progress. See, we can sort of tell by your posts how you're feeling, how you're doing. And then the accountability is that if you don't post in the group for 3 times in a row, then you're kicked out, because we want you to be here to do the work. And if you don't want to do the work, then don't play the game. It's very simple. And the added value of our of doing this in a group, for the people who were just with Boyan and Nicole know this, and for the people who played with us for a while now too, know that the group energy creates this beautiful field. And then when one person starts to manifest something, other people start to manifest it too. So we have this coherent energy that's just so beautiful and so powerful. So doing it in a group for us is like, yeah, that's why we want it, for the group energy.
And it's important to say that the accountability is for your own benefit, because we've seen that the people who are accountable, meaning even if they are really going through difficult times and they post about it, they have so much love coming from the community, so many people giving them love, that actually their energy really picks up. Whereas the people that don't post, and they just sort of like go into this hole of like comparing themselves with other people, and they stop sharing, we see them getting less and less results. And it is because they go back into a program of feeling shame and guilt and feeling not worthy. And so what we are here to do is, you know, we just want you to post one time a day. And we're not even saying post about your life or post about something intimate. We're just saying post once a day to know that you're reading the post and you're actually being accountable. So, you know, I made a joke the other webinar. I said, even if you post, I really don't like posting, but this is my post. You know, we don't care as long as you're posting. So some people post really long posts because they have amazing testimonials. Some other people are sharing all their appreciation or their whole, like, you know, like lots of amazing things happening. Some other people are posting 5 videos a day. You know, it doesn't matter. It really depends on you. But as long as you post, you're going to receive the benefits. And also if you appreciate 3 times a day, and it's 68 seconds per time, because Abraham Hicks says that, you know, 17 seconds is so many active hours, and 68 seconds is like, I believe, 10,000 working hours, or, you know, I don't know the equation anymore. But in terms of vibrational work, when you're appreciating 68 seconds, you are creating so much momentum in a vibrational, in the quantum field. And so this is why we really want you to experiment with it. And actually, some of the testimonials, people have said that the 68 seconds of appreciation will shift their mood. And so the accountability is not here to punish you. It's to really help you do whatever it takes to keep your vibration high, because once you keep your vibration high, you're going to see results. That's it. So yeah, very, very quickly, once you join, we will actually walk you through what appreciation is. But this teaching comes from Abraham Hicks. Those of you who know Abraham, you know, just Google Abraham Hicks on YouTube and you'll find Abraham Hicks as channeled by Esther Hicks. And they are actually a collective divine intelligence. They are actually telling us about who we really are. Abraham Hicks states that we are source energy, so we are coming from, you know, the universal force that created everything. We came here as individualized expressions, and we came here to create. We didn't came here to face reality, we came here to create reality. And so Abraham Hicks says that the only thing, if you only need to do one thing, it's appreciation. And if you do appreciation, you create amazing things, meaning you become, your consciousness is so high that you see really, you know, with thought alone, sometimes you start manifesting things, synchronicities, people that want to collaborate with you, clients coming to you, harmonious relationships, etc. And when you do not appreciate, we will explain that you actually get into these habits of 7 toxic ways of thinking, which is the whole point of us living in a state of survival. Imagine that we as a human species have been living in states of survival for many, many centuries. And this is really in our DNA. This is in our habits. This is in the way we think. This is in our amygdala, fight, flight, freeze. And so if we do not break these habits, we start to create, we start to see our business, see our relationship, see our relationship to the universe, see life through the lens of survival. So, and the problem is we can know a lot, we can study a lot of books, but once we have to make big decisions like investment or do that blog for your post, or maybe, you know, have a conversation with a big prospect, you start to sabotage yourself because you are fearing rejection, or you're fearing failure. So this is why appreciation is going to help you really go into heart and brain coherence. And actually, Ellen and I found the scientific evidence for that. There is a whole, you know, because of our research, we found this whole scientific paper that explains that when you appreciate, we're not saying gratitude, we're talking about appreciation. And appreciation means increasing the value of something that you're observing or that you're having a relationship with. So you don't decrease the value, you increase the value of it, even if it's difficult, even if it's a difficult relationship or it's contrast. When you appreciate something, you create heart and brain coherence. And when you're in heart and brain coherence, according to this scientific report, you become much more psychic, meaning instead of having to figure things out, you're actually tuning into the quantum field, and you're tuning into what they call non-local intuition. And why is this so important? This is important because the best entrepreneurs, the inventors in the world, the artists of the world, the people that are achieving amazing success, they are operating from downloads from the quantum field. They are not trying to figure things out. They just receive intuitively where they need to go, what they need to do, who they need to talk to, the one person they need to call, or reversely, which is happening in our game, which is also what's happening with me and Ellen, people pick up their vibe, pick up their intention, and they call them up. So they become the vortex. So this is the heart and brain coherence stuff that you can achieve with appreciation. And the thing is, you know, you have to actually read the whole report to actually see all the science behind it. But we manifested this report, like we couldn't find it for weeks. We were just thinking maybe this doesn't exist. And suddenly one day I got a download, go to HeartMath Institute. And I was so blind. I actually need +1 glasses. These are my +1 glasses. I don't wear them. And so I basically downloaded a report, not even being able to read it. And then I found out this report is called Appreciative Heart. This report tells us that once you do appreciation, you go into heart and brain coherence, and then actually you start to increase your vibration. And when you increase your vibration, everything you do, everything is outside of your fight, flight, and freeze response. So you're actually more productive. You are thinking more clearly, but not only that, you also really understand what's going on with other people, and you understand yourself more. So this is an amazing benefit of appreciation. And when you do not appreciate, you have all the stuff about, you know, getting stuck, you know, working super hard, not getting results. You're calling 1,000 clients, sending 500 emails, nobody's responding. Because what is happening And I knew this because I was studying with Bob Proctor, and Bob Proctor is super business focused. And he had all these seminars about how our subconscious minds are always communicating with each other. So if you're in fight, flight, and freeze, you're living in a state of survival, and that is your predominant vibration in your being. You're going to be sending emails to, I don't know how many agencies you work with. I don't know how many amazing influences you work with, but people are going to pick up the predominant vibration of doubt. They're going to pick up that you don't really believe in your service. You don't really believe in your healing ability. You don't really believe in your product. So the problem with this is that people, we are like animals. We are always picking up the subconscious intention of people. So this is the reason why when people start to get into the appreciation game, they have to cultivate a habit of bypassing their programs of being in their subconscious mind of fight, flight, and freeze, and not believing in themselves. What we do every day is we give you inspirational videos. You see the posts of other people manifesting amazing stuff, and then you start thinking, if they can do it, I can do it, you know? So this is the thing, because we work with big groups and everybody has to post, you are inundated with evidence that once you start appreciating, you are going to create something else in your life. You're no longer coming from the program of life is, you know, life is just matter to matter. I need to do everything, you know, as a human being. No, you're not a human being. You're a spiritual being living a human life. And what we do in the appreciation game is we give you the science, but we also give you the universal laws that tell you what is possible. And so let's see some testimonials, Ellen.
Yeah, I just want to answer Gozi's question. Sorry, I just need to, I can't really hear you very well on the computer, so I was listening to you on my phone so I can hear you better because on the computer I can't make my volume louder, but now I hear myself in an echo, sorry. So Gozi's question is a difference between appreciation and gratitude. So I think a difference between appreciation and gratitude, an example could be, for example, if you appreciate a person, you literally increase that value of that person. So that person literally becomes a better person thanks to you. But if you're in gratitude towards that person, you're in gratitude for something that person did to you. So the vibrations are both really high. They're both very high in consciousness, but the appreciation, you're literally increasing the value of something. And yesterday I thought of it when I was looking at the sunset. I was like, so if I'm grateful for the sun, like, thank you, sun, for the rays from the sun. Thank you. But if I appreciate the sun, then the sun literally becomes a more powerful, sun. I don't know, Angelique, if you have a different...
We will actually, we always, the week one in our class, we always talk about this because this is the basis of the game. So we will go into it extensively, yeah? So, but there is a huge difference and it's not the same. And Abraham even says it's not the same. It's not the same. So, but this is Abraham's teaching because they are talking about vibration. So next Thursday, we're going to start with the game, I Am All Possibilities edition. And the next slide, please. So everything we teach is really about the law of vibration. The law of vibration is the primary law. Everybody's talking about law of attraction. But if you do not manage your vibration, you don't even know what it is. You're just like thinking thoughts very sloppily, and you're like thinking I'm rich, but you're feeling poor, or you're thinking, oh, I want to be a multimillionaire, but you're very jealous of rich people. You're thinking, oh, they're scumbags. You know, you're not practicing, you don't understand law of vibration. So really, that's why we work with the David Hawkins scale. Every day you have to actually study the David Hawkins scale and see where you are at before and after your 3 times appreciation. But everything is about this concept that you are not attracting what you want, you are attracting what you are vibrating. So this is why in certain areas in your life, you're vibrating confidence, you're vibrating ease. And so you might have amazing friends and amazing family, but when it comes to money, you might vibrate in a very different level. Conversely, you have people that are really good in business, but then they have like horrible like relationships with colleagues, or they have horrible relationships, I don't know, with maybe their suppliers or something, you know. So, and definitely So this is why it's so important that we really start to understand that whatever you're doing in any area of your life, it's because of the level of consciousness that you're creating from. So we bypass all the tricks, the tips and tricks around, you know, do the affirmation, do the vision board, do the mind movie. No, it's really about understanding what is your vibration. When you look at your mind movie, when you look at your affirmation, are you expecting it? Do you have faith? Or do you have a deep feeling of unworthiness? Or when every day you wake up and you start to look at your business and you start thinking, oh, you have a panic attack because your clients, you know, none of your clients are getting back to you. These are all things that should give you a sign as where your vibration is. And the thing is, when you start appreciating, it is so simple, but then you get so much clarity around what is the next logical step for you to do, whether it's in a relationship, whether it's with a business prospect, or whether it's with a business plan, or whether it's with a big decision you have to make. When you start appreciating, you become so much clearer and quieter in your mind that you start receiving what we call the guidance from source. And source is your higher self, it's your inner self, and sometimes it's your guides, it's your angels, you know. So, and you're also so in tune with what other people's intentions are that you know immediately who you need to go to, who do you need to talk to, who's the person you need to collaborate with. And so this is the thing that is so powerful about appreciation. And this is why understanding your everything from the perspective of vibration and consciousness, and why understanding that everything that turns up in your reality is because you are a vibrational match to it. And this is where we step out of victimhood. We are no longer blaming the economy. We're not blaming the lockdown. We're not blaming the governments. We're not blaming, the retrogrades or whatever, because actually what we see in our game is that people, despite the lockdown, despite not being able to even leave their house, you know, and they're like people that actually need to leave their house to make money, they're actually turning their whole business around, and they're having records of revenues in their business. They're adding new services to their business. They're expanding their businesses. So we just want you to show that, you know, as Bob Proctor always said, you create your own economy. But if you don't understand how it is you create, if you don't understand law of vibration, you don't understand universal laws, then you're actually lost, you know. So this is why the appreciation game is a game for people who really want to not just know it, they want to do it. And the doingness and the beingness of our game is really about the continuous study and the continuous mastery of yourself, of mastering how you are showing up in any area of your life, because you are a master. Very often we are masters in unconscious creation. And this is the thing, we need to master deliberate creation. And when we master deliberate creation, life is amazing. You start to think like you actually become grateful for the problems in your life, because you thought if it wasn't for the problems, I would not have studied so hard to actually become a master. That is what we're seeing with the players in our game.
All right, the first testimonial, Flores.
I've been playing the appreciation game for a while now, and it has been a wonderful ride. I started because my business was going really slow in the past months, and I was getting a bit worried. I have a name creation business called Namarama, and I didn't make much quotations. I didn't get much calls, and I started worrying how to get through the next month. And once I started playing, I felt calmer immediately, and I saw more of what I already had and appreciated that. And after the second week, I even got more insights about manifestations and how I think about them and how I react to that. And in this last week, I had amazing things happening where multiple clients are calling me at the same time. A really huge client, like international business, came back to me again with the question for another quotation. Like normally I have one of these quotations per week when it's a good time, and now I had 6 in a week. And the best thing about it is that when my business is too slow, I get worried. But when it goes too fast, I also could be worried in the past. And this time I felt totally relaxed. I could feel that I had abundance in time and energy, and I still feel that. So if you want to play the game, I can highly recommend it. It will definitely shift things for you like it did for me.
Thank you, Flores. Thank you, Flores. We love you. And our favorite power couple, Nicole and Boyan. Many of you know them. Oh.
Hi, I'm Nicole.
And I'm Boyan.
And we love the appreciation game. I wanted to share a little bit about what I got from the appreciation game. And it was an incredible 4 weeks, and I'm really looking forward to joining again. For me, in week 2 of the appreciation game, I had a huge shift. I am always very much into doing, into studying, and into acquiring more knowledge before I'm able to teach, before I'm able to help another. I need to know more all of the time. And in the second week, I had this huge understanding that, wait a minute, whoa, I'm doing in order to achieve rather than being. So I wasn't in alignment with what it is that I wanted to have. It kept being in the future. I always had to do, and I realized, whoa, I need to start my day and feel the way I would feel when I have what it is that I desire. And when that shifted, I have freed up so much space in my mind. It is way less busy because there's no I have to do. If that comes up, I laugh at it because what it's given me is way more time in my life as well. We have way more fun now. I'm not telling him I need to do this. Now I'm saying we need to go to the beach. Because when I feel relaxed and free and happy and content, they're the feelings that I have when I'm in alignment with what it is that I desire. And since then, a lot has shifted in our life. We've gotten more clients, booked more trainings, and we haven't been doing any advertising.
Yeah, for me also the to-do list has completely disappeared out of my life. And it's literally every day, what do I feel like doing, what feels right. I also loved just taking a few moments every day to sit down and appreciate. And we would often do it together, so it was a really nice moment where we got to connect, outside the three-dimensional space. And every day we would start expecting good news to come into our life, to happen. And then that's what we saw every day. Something cool was happening, or a few things, So it was very powerful, and it was really an eye-opener, just how these small actions can lead up to something big and just a completely different, more fulfilled life. So we highly recommend the appreciation game. Angelique and Ellen are incredible hosts. They're so full of wisdom, so much knowledge, and it's always conveyed in such a light-hearted and fun way.
Yeah, and there's a lot to the appreciation game, but I know for me that was what clicked for me.
Yeah.
And for you, yeah. Great. So enjoy, guys, and hopefully we'll see you on one of the games.
Yes. Take care.
The to-do list has disappeared. Wow, that's amazing. Our beautiful flamingo sister, Tita Healer, Sevan.
Hello, my name is Selen, and I have been doing the appreciation game for a month now. And I just wanted to share my experiences because I may not be able to make it tonight. So initially, so I was already meditating and doing all kinds of like Dr. Joe's work and other things, but and you know, my life has improved and changed tremendously. With the appreciation game, though, it helped me keep it keep the state throughout the day, and I really enjoyed doing the 68-second appreciation. I thought that was the most powerful thing of the game, and it was practical, quick, and powerful. And each time, and initially I was kind of putting my alarm on, but then after actually not even a week later, I stopped doing that, and each time that I started feeling like a victim or something, you know, was overpowering my own feelings, like an outside thing, I would start to do it. And eventually it got to the point that when I was, for example, if something happened and I didn't have time to write, or I was driving, or like a feeling came up, then I would start to do it just talking out loud to myself or talking within myself. And that also helped because I felt like I needed to do it right then, but I didn't have a chance to because I was driving or busy. And I would just say appreciate while doing the other thing, which also was extremely effective because I could feel my heart like swelling, enlarging, and then my mood would completely switch from whatever I was feeling to love and to possibilities and to beautiful feelings, even enlightenment and all that stuff. So it was really beautiful. I honestly was having a little bit of a harder time doing the courses because it was, you know, just because of the way my family is right now. My kids need me around around the evening time when actually the courses are on, and usually I try to catch up during the day, which I did mostly, but also because we're moving, you know, a lot of things that are right now changing in my life, which I think is also due to this, which is really interesting because I started changing things that were not working for me, and so this move is actually positive on that sense as well. So we could finally, as a family, take this step further to make a change for something that we've been not being able to make decisions on. So it's a positive thing, but at the same time, it was taking time away from this. But I never felt before. In the past, I could feel guilty easily for promising and not keeping it and doing something that I, you know, was supposed to do then. But it was really interesting because I would check in with myself and I would be like, you know what, this is the best I can do, and it's okay. I would not judge or feel guilty about it. And I really loved to work as a team rather than just like, you know, one-on-one, because that was it was just so nice to reading other people what they were writing, because that really puts the possibility out there, like if they could do it, why can't I, you know? And at the same time feeling like, you know, they're giving so much of themselves and I need to do it as well. So I was sharing and liking and participating, and I think that's like the fun part of feeling, you know, like being in a team and working together and being reliable to do the work. So that was the beautiful part of it, and I really always felt both Angelique's and Ellen's presence and love and support in there, which was really beautiful too. And it was a group of that I felt really relaxed and comfortable, even with complete strangers that I didn't meet in real life. Some of them I have, some of them I haven't, but it was perfectly beautiful. I manifested more clients. I manifested again, like the move, like, you know, the possibility. I also manifested less stressful life and relationship, because, you know, my husband's work is pretty stressful and he works long hours, and because I was so much more supportive and loving and calm towards him, that when he would come home even really stressed, he would calm down quickly and we would forget about the day and enjoy our evening or our weekends. So I think that was one of the biggest things, because for him, even though he's also doing meditations and everything, it was just so hard to keep that state throughout the day, where sometimes he would have meetings all day long and he would just come home sometimes really tired or frustrated, and then me being like calm and pleasant and present with him, it would switch him right away. So I think that was really helpful for our family life as well. So I'm really thankful to be able to take part in this and to have access to this beautiful knowledge and the videos and the sharings and the possibilities and everything. And I'm really, really grateful for both Angelique and Ellen, but also the rest of the team, the group that I worked with, because I could feel their love and support and energy throughout the days, especially when I went back and reading them when I didn't feel well or when I didn't feel those elevated emotions. It was really helpful to lift me up. So I'm very much thankful for everyone's.
Thank you, Celine. Beautiful. Our beautiful Cherie.
Hi Angelique and Ellen, thank you so much for this game. It's been absolutely incredible. I had a lot of breakthroughs through this game, personal breakthroughs, where I was able to have these challenges and turn them into a positive opportunity, and therefore I got great results in my business and in my personal life. It was really, really amazing, the quality that you give and the love and care that you give. So I was able to actually connect to my heart, transform the energy and also transform the results. So that was good from a personal perspective. But also, the way you give so much in this, in your classes, and the way the love and attention to detail. And I love the way you bring in different people, different masters. And I think that's quite unique. And also the people have got so much energy. They're very committed. And I would recommend it to anyone. I've absolutely loved this game. And I think that's the thing, is if you really commit to it, you definitely see miracles and things happening around you. So thank you so much for this game. I've absolutely loved it. I'm definitely coming to the next one, and sending you a big hug and loads of love.
Cherie is one of those people that during the lockdown had herself and her business partners had record months while they couldn't even get out of the door. So our beautiful Rune.
Hello, I just want to say thank you, Ellen and Angelique, for the last month in the appreciation game. My biggest issue I came in with was that I always were, although I saw it, not always, but often came from a saboteur-victim mood. And yes, I didn't mean to, but in some way I blame others for my things. I don't do that anymore. That's a really good lesson learned, and the takeaway is that the best thing about the appreciation game is that I appreciate at least 3 times a day. I do. I appreciate myself, actually. I love myself. I do. I love myself. I can say that now. And I love you. I even love that tree. I love the umbrella. I really enjoy the rain right now. And the other stuff is like my biggest manifestation is like, it sounds strange, but maybe not. For instance, my father is treating me like we've always been friends. We never had in my former version of myself. It's strange, really strange. Even my colleagues take me more seriously. My clients at work, they actually listen to me. They are participating in my meditation, and when I do the Ho'oponopono on them, like we did in the appreciation game this time, I love you. I'm sorry. please forgive me. Thank you. It works. They do amazing stuff. Actually, they do. Yes, yeah, and the last, the other day, where we were at the party at my work, and I asked our leader to just like, oh, we should have something they didn't want to invest in during this time, and suddenly they are saying, yes, we're going for that. And I love that. It's actually about games as well. So, and that after they say no investment, that's not true. Everything is possible. So, yeah, the best thing is about the appreciation, the actual accountability. I'm a coach, so if you not hold yourself and other people hold you accountable, then you're losing it, kind of, because we always need to have someone who can, I do anyway, hold me accountable for doing that. And it's so fun with all these other people. You see them manifesting things, you see them change, their whole light around their bodies, they literally change. And yeah, I will recommend that for anyone who wants anything in their lives, and especially now in these times, you can manifest the most incredible things. And for me, right now, that is to be happy, even if it's raining. Yes, I love you. Enjoy. Come join us. Ciao.
We're not a sect, okay?
Join us.
So those of you who know Rune can be super, we love him, super dramatic as a Enneagram 8, Enneagram 7, Enneagram 8, and very often he goes into Enneagram 8, and then, you know, as he said, he will appear as a victim or a saboteur. And actually Rune has completely shifted because of the just doing the appreciation. Like when you go into appreciation, you are not interested in sabotaging and being a victim, because you feel too good, you feel too aligned. So those programs that you were running thinking people aren't loving me, my dad doesn't love me, my colleagues don't love me, the world doesn't love me, people owe me something, I'm entitled to their love, you know, going back to this little child, you know, that wounded child, he doesn't do it anymore. And it's amazing. He just, he started shifting in week 1, and literally he looks like a different person. He looks like a very different, handsome man. Before he would be like, oh, Rune, please, you know, please. So, yeah. So Alan, I think, you know, I think Wednesday, I'm going to run a taster workshop. So let's keep the technical stuff because we have a few players here that would love to give their testimonies as well. Maybe we should go to the live testimonials.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I stopped sharing my screen?
Yeah, you can stop sharing your screen. I'm just trying to see who are here. Okay. So we have Ana Pinedo, Ana Valesi, and I know Astrid is here, Gabriella is here.
Yay!
I want to give a testimonial. Yeah, who would like to go first?
Our loves. Which one of our children?
Our family.
Our family.
Who would like to go first? Let me allow you to unmute yourself again. Yeah, unmute yourself, and then you can give a 5-minute maximum testimonial. Okay? We know you want to share your whole life, but you know, I think Gabriella has been manifesting amazing stuff. Oh my gosh.
Hi everybody. I'm outside. I'm for my daily walk, which I absolutely love. And I've been in the appreciation game since the beginning, actually. And my life has changed around completely. I love the appreciation, the 3-time appreciation. And often I do more than 68 seconds because I get in such a good feeling place that I don't want to get out of it. And sometimes I use it, you know, outside the 3 times, morning and lunchtime and evening, if I get triggered or if something happens to me and I need to be uplifted, then I use the appreciation. Because when you appreciate, when you love, there is no space for any bad feelings. So it's beautiful. You can turn things around absolutely amazingly. And I have manifested a few things. I was asking for a phone, and within 2 days I got a new phone, and I got a laptop and a computer, and it's just amazing what I manifested. And my team is growing, my business is flourishing, my team is growing. It's beautiful. And just by being appreciative, doing the daily habits, being surrounded by loving people. Angelique and Ellen are amazing. They go way above and beyond what they deliver. It's unbelievable. It is incredible. And the bonus classes, I love the bonus classes. And I love that the energy of Ellen and Angelique are so different, and it's just they're both so beautiful.
I'm more the bully. I'm the in-your-face bully. Like, get a grip.
Yes, you are tiger mom. You're tiger mom.
Tiger
And
mom.
Ellen is the beautiful laugh and her big
Mother
heart.
Teresa.
It's beautiful. And this morning it was just amazing, Ellen. Your meditation. Oh my God. Oh my God. You really touched my heart. But you do that every day anyway. So yeah, it's, if you want to love yourself, if you want to get the best out of life, if you want to have tools where you can change things around, relationships, businesses, this is the game to be in. Absolutely, highly recommend. And it's super cheap for what you are getting, because there is so much stuff you're thinking, oh my God. And as Cherie said, I love that you invite other masters in, and we are learning other techniques. I use it on my clients, I use it on my boys, on my friends, on myself, first of all. And yeah, and I love myself even more.
Oh,
so,
thank you.
so thank you so much. And it's just so much fun. And also what's so beautiful, because I've been in there for quite a while, I see people changing, and not only from the inside but the outside. People become actually more beautiful,
More
and
handsome.
younger, more handsome, more beautiful,
Thinner.
And younger.
and younger. Yeah.
I'm like,
And
who's this
richer.
child?
inside.
They have more money too, also. Unbelievable.
Yeah. So absolutely. So a big thank you to you, Angelique and Ellen, and everybody on the call, because I love them all, and it's just so beautiful. It's like a family. It's really like a big family, and we help each other. We are here for each other, and that's so beautiful. So thank you.
Thank you. Mwah.
Liebe dich, liebe dich.
Love you. Ich liebe dich auch. Und dich auch, Ellen.
Yeah. And we need a real life hug soon.
Yes.
I'm gonna hug you. Like, come here.
Can't wait.
If you don't love the love vibe, you'll absolutely hate the appreciation game.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
yeah. Unfortunately.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you.
Gabriela. Enjoy your walk. Astrid has changed a lot.
Well, I just made it after walking the dogs and comforting my mother-in-law, who managed to get a blue eye by hitting herself. And but I was rushing back so I can, log in. And this is what really is the case, it is being part of a loving community, which is, we are all interested in growing. And that is the difference to your regular friends who are in different stages of their life. And so no matter in what stage we all are, we all have one vision and one intention. We want to grow and we want to see each other grow. And that for me is more valuable than my own growth, because when I see everybody getting over themselves, and we have bad days, or and this is what I also love, that we can be so open with each other and we don't have to have any shy. And um, I have seen everybody on here so honest, and really, it's not like you would assume with some other places I've been, that everything is always wonderful and everybody wants to be looking their best. No, we really, if we have a shitty day, we have a shitty day, and it's so beautiful to share that. But it's not, almost, I sometimes feel betrayed because I can't have so bad days anymore, right? So because it's so programmed already, that I appreciate, right? So that I'm already searching, if something bad happens, like if I when my mother-in-law said she sent a picture with her blue eye, she hit her eye, she's 80 almost, she hit her eye on the oven, and my father-in-law just died. And so I don't know how she's managed. She fell off the bike and everything. And every time something like that comes up, I think, what is good about that? So I said, that's kind of weird, that you start looking for that. And this is what I appreciate about this, and about staying in the game, because I have been in now a couple of times, and by staying in there, it's kind of changing habits. If you want to change a habit, they say it takes 21 days. And of course, if you do it longer, it's really like installing a new program in your hardware, software, or whatever that is. I'm not good with computers. So it's really when you click on and you have a new WhatsApp link, or you have a different link. And this is what I find beautiful. And also the bonus classes, where you don't even sometimes I just participate and nothing really happens. And the one who know me longer, I am not the one who is seeing angels or the light or whatever, and not dramatic things are happening that would give me a clue that now I had a breakthrough. But for some reason, money is flowing from everywhere at the moment. I am the only person in the building in Canada who has tenants in the Corona crisis who have money to pay their rent. So, so whatever, because they are either on social services, or they have a convenience store. So that's the best thing to have right now, right? Where everybody is losing money. And so, yeah, things are going along. There's a lot I unravel, almost like an onion. And this is why I think it's important to stay with it. If you do your own appreciation, but it's like with doing fitness. Of course, you can do your yoga at home. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to work with anybody. I don't do yoga at home since my yoga stopped, in the club. I just have not done any yoga because it's such a beautiful excuse. Why would I need to do yoga? Nobody's watching me, right? And so, yeah, so thank you very much. The two of you are putting so much heart in it. And for me, it was just especially in this crisis where the whole world is falling apart. If you believe in Corona or not, that's not even the issue. The whole system is breaking down, and that is very painful. And it's no wonder that every one of us is affected. And so it just helps to have a community you can grow with, and you are somehow accountable. So yeah, perfect, beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Astrid. We've seen you change so much. It's really like you've become more feminine, more softer, you know, you're efforting less and you're actually getting more results. And even your relationship with your husband, you know, your husband has shifted so much as well. Our beautiful Ralph, you know. So yeah, we'd love to hear your manifestations, and, you know, so thank you so much for really doing the work, because your husband told us you really do the work. You really do all the assignments. So
You have insider info.
thank you so much. So is it going to be Anna P or Anna V that want to talk? Anna V?
Okay, so me too. I've been from the beginning, from the experiment of the 7 days, how this all started. And I also been a fan of Abraham Hicks and also Dr. Joe, etc. So in those first 7 days, I got 2,000 pounds back from the tax office. And I was like, wow. So I thought, okay, this works. So when they said, would you do this, like if it was like a regular thing, like a pay thing? And I thought, yeah, definitely. So obviously I had different breakthroughs in these past 3 games. I would say that I was, you know, I got really great breakthroughs, like all of those of you who have gone to the Dr. Joe. So it would last me like 1-2 months, and then poof, back into unconscious. And I would go back into my old self. Then I would go like, oh my God, I need to try really hard. And I would meditate 4 or 5 hours a day, and then I get like moving something, and then I would go back to poof. So I had done on my own time appreciation and things, but I like Astrid was saying, without a training body there, you know, you tend to say, okay, no, maybe not today, or forgot, etc. So I was very into. I think probably it was the first time that I heard about these 7 ways of thinking, or put like that. And then I realized that, you know, it was very obvious for many people that know me, but I was always or criticizing or blaming or judging, or, you know, I was the first that I would judge would be myself, of course, you know. And there was a lot of comparing, you know, a lot of, you know, devaluing, etc. So I realized, and, you know, just by becoming conscious, then I would go like, oh, no, stop. You know, similar to what Dr. Joe would say or other teachers would say. So then I would appreciate. Then I was writing, you know, these very long posts, and you know, and I started seeing kind of how people were like doing great shifts, and I was like, oh, great. So then we start feeling, I don't know, motivated by what other people were doing. I had in my different games, or more business opportunities, etc. During the Corona, it was great that. You know, that I had the time, actually was put on furlough. So I actually saw it like the best time ever, because Angelique was having us like almost like, I don't know how many days a week at 9 o'clock. And I would be like, oh, it's almost like work. Oh yeah, let's go and study and read and really listen to the videos and things. So like the other said about changing habits, literally from the first 30-day game or 28-day game, I thought like, oh, this is kind of repeating and I was thinking, yeah, we're repeating the 7 toxic way, yeah. And I only thought until the 3rd week, I thought, oh wow, I kind of shifted. I go, yeah, I felt like something had changed in me. This past game, I actually, we were doing these bonuses classes. So when you wonder what is these bonuses classes, we do some releasing, so different kind of healing techniques that some of them I had been exposed to, others I didn't. We did constellations, you know, a lot of things obviously to get us into, you know, opening up, you know, feeling worthy, etc. And one of these days, you know, Astrid was you know, the subject that was getting some releasing on some stuff that she wanted to shift around, you know, diet and stuff. And I thought that's great, because I've been obviously struggling with that theme as well. So I kind of, although you're listening and you wonder, well, what do I get from listening? You actually get to work your own things. And probably, you know, I was trying a new regime. So I was eating like more, you know, I'm the type of a very low calorie diet, like punishing myself really bad. So I was eating like, you know, like 1,400 calories on other friends' suggestion. And then I saw that like in 5 days, I had lost 2.5 kilos. And I thought, wow, I would have achieved that with the 500 calorie. But instead, I'm actually eating really well. And I thought, wow. And I felt, obviously, I know there's a lot of emotions involved, but I felt that was quite a good thing. And so now I do a lot of appreciation on my body. I appreciate on the things the way I see my body, you know, and I'm right, because we have the thing of the positive aspects, and I write about it, like how good I feel about it. So I definitely have felt a shift in the way I act towards myself. And I also, from this scale of David Hawkins, I used to go like, you know, anger and then kind of neutrality, blah, blah. But by this game, I've been almost in peace and joy by the start of the day. So for me, kind of moving towards enlightenment has been much common, which is, I didn't used to get that. So that's it.
Amazing. So what I remember, sorry, I'm just changing the light here. What I remember from you is that, you know, a lot of the time you were really frustrated by work, and then you have to shift that. And then you suddenly, when you had that covered, you started going more into the life goals, such as I want a slim beach body. And then, you know, while we were working on other people, you started seeing the shift in yourself. And it's so beautiful to hear that actually, because of the release technique, which is a very simple technique to learn that we taught in the bonus class, you started to, instead of criticizing your body, you started to love your body. Because actually, with love, we can achieve so much more. The problem is, a lot of the things that we're doing in life, because we're living in survival, we go into punish ourselves, criticize ourselves, do it out of unlove, you know, resisting, you know, we teach the law of non-resistance, you know, so a lot of the things that we do are actually not working. And because we are actually teaching what should work, and in addition to appreciation, we teach a lot of things that do work, people are picking up whatever they need. And that's what people are sharing here. So just so that you guys know. Thank you, Ana Valesi. Ana Pinedo, how are you?
Hello, good evening, everybody. I'm well, really well. I can say today that I am well. First of all, is thank you very much to Angelique and Helen both, because is because you enjoy lots. No, I perceive that this feeling that I have now, that you enjoy lots and you trust in the work that you are doing. So this is the most beautiful thing, no? It's an example, so in a way, no, to see how you project these things. And thank you to everybody, because when I read this time in this last appreciation game, I started as Ana Valesi last summer. I think it was in the 7 days appreciation game. And it's true that this month I couldn't share many things because my life has been a little crazy, okay, because of my daddy. But now I am going to tell you mystical experience that I have had with because of this situation, no? But I love to see how you have grown, because I can read, I can listen, and this time it's true that I couldn't share what maybe I wanted, I don't know, but it is because it was the time to see, to watch, to listen, to read, and to show others, no? It's like to live like an observer. I don't know how to explain, but it's like this, no? But I have felt the energy of the group, no, even without being, no. So this is in general. So even for the point of view of the manifestations, I have manifested things that are tangible, not to say. Last week I was promoted in the company I am working, I am working, and the promotion is really strange, because in my movie, I described the position I wanted, and believe me, it's a very strange position that if you see, say, what is this, no? And last Thursday, I received, on Friday was the confirmation. I say, what is this? I have received one of the best performance in the company. I have received some awareness for the work done. I have manifested a project because in the previous appreciation game, I had a download of a project, something that I had in my mind, but it was not possible to put in words. And I have started doing with a friend, today a partner as well, and we are enjoying lots developing the journey. You can imagine that sometimes I say, I don't know what is going to be the outcome, but believe me, the journey is...
It was a download, you trusted it.
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
you always have to trust your downloads. That's what we teach. Yeah.
And I go, and at the same time is helping me to enjoy business from a different angle, no? Because obviously my business is always to be not serious, because I am not very serious, but it's to be always with some rules. And this time is free, and we are enjoying lots. And in this case, our husband, my husband, and the husband of my friend are friends as well. So my husband is musician, so we are doing some things together. It's being really nice. It's the day that I have everything I will share with you, because it's really very nice. So this is the things that I can touch with my hands, no? But mystical, if I can talk about a mystical experience, because the day that I sent, many of you, the Flamingos people who, all of you that were in previous appreciation game, you know that for me was very difficult to ask for help. No, this was one of the things that I have to transcend. And I remember I was in the hospital with my daddy, my mom. I didn't know what to say, because they always say a fact. And I sent an email, a WhatsApp in the Flamingos to say, please send love to my daddy. And in minutes, my daddy start saying different things and starting speaking in a different way. And I was thinking, now I am aware, believe me, that I have needed some days to I don't know if to digest, but is to put and say, what is this? My daddy is talking different. And believe me, he was talking 8 hours and his status was really, really, really bad. And we were laughing, we were speaking, he was putting many things out. And I now, or today, I can say, this is not, it's supernatural, no? We were in a different dimension. And I remember my mother was saying, what is happening with the telephone? And I say, because they are sending us love. I was saying this thing now, and yeah, I can imagine. So these type of things that is true, that if you are, it's necessary to be in a different dimension. I don't know what to say. Believe me, my daddy was really, really bad. He cannot hear very well. And our conversation was really fluent. And I have had many other mystical moments with him in the meditations. He was with me, close to me. And when I finished, I saw the day for him. And when he called me and say, Anna, today, I was saying, oh my God, this was exactly what I saw, no? So this is it's pure love, because I continue receiving love and love and love and love, no?
You give so much, Anna. Yeah.
Thank you. But this time I am really open, no? And my mom he's saying, Anna, always she reminds me and say, Anna, you are receiving, and say, because I say, yes, love. So, and the most beautiful thing is something that I want to share with all of you, because for me, it makes the difference of the work that we do every single day. For your understanding, my father, last Friday was his birthday. He's 86. He lived the post-war. So he's a very hard man in any aspect, physically, mentally, all. But for him, it's very difficult to say, I love you. It's very difficult. So for us to say I love you to him is very difficult, because he rejected. Some days ago, I said, he can reject myself if he wants, but this is not for me. I want to say him what I really feel. And I say, I love you, Daddy, you know, and I love you. Always remember how much I love you. And he say, nothing else, no? And after I called my mom and say, Mom, I was talking with Daddy, and I said, I have told him how much I love him, and I think if you love him, you can share with him. Why not, no? You know, these typical things, no? We finished the call, and 10 minutes later, she called me, my mom, and say, Anna, Anna, Anna. And I was saying, what is happening? What is happening? And say, your daddy, your daddy. And say, what's happening with my daddy? And say, he has told me, I love you so much. If you were here with me, I will hug you so much, and I will kiss you, and kiss you, and kiss you. And I say, what? I say, yes, Anna. He has told me first time in my life. And she was telling me because, yeah, this is magic. This is the magic of the love, no? For me, this is one of the most beautiful things because he's doing such a beautiful work with himself and with the family, no? And everything started the day that I say, please send love to my daddy.
And I think this was because when you came into the appreciation game, you know, there was one bonus class where you suddenly said to us, you said it in the testimonial, the written testimonial, I feel worthy to receive now. I finally feel worthy to receive. And this is the thing about getting help, asking for help, feeling worthy to receive. This was a journey for you. And
Exactly.
now it's like, okay, I'm going to ask for help. And then, you know, there was like a snowball effect. And you also, in your written testimonial, and because I remember when you came into the game, this was a lockdown. So, you know, there was lots going on in your family, but definitely what you wrote down in your testimonial was, I'm with the same family, but it's a different family.
Yes.
And basically because of you were appreciating your family and you were appreciating the fear, you know, the economic uncertainty, but you always appreciated it. You didn't go into victimhood about their situation, like losing jobs, not being able to work. You were just appreciating them, and then it rubbed off on them. That's what I remember.
Yeah,
Suddenly your husband started thinking, well, yeah, I'm a musician, I can't do events, but hey, maybe I can do this. And you shared it with us. And I was like, wow, it's like really having effects on other people. Thank you so much, Anna. Because I want to share, there are a few people that are not here because they're in different time zones. And so basically, I don't know whether you remember, Ellen, but we have a few mothers in our game who are super feeling victimized by their children. And the like really older children who live with them. And actually, once they started coming into our game, it was so interesting to read how they caught themselves being in victim mode with their children and feeling like a house slave, like they don't appreciate me, these people are abusing me. And suddenly they were catching themselves in their victim thoughts. And they said, maybe this is my creation. Maybe I should appreciate my children. And amazing things started happening, like their children started sending them letters of gratitude, and you know, without the mother actually saying anything. Another thing that also happened was somebody who came in our game. So these are complete new players. This is their first game. They started looking at their very difficult relationships at the work. And so once I reminded them, this is what a victim does, and you are not a victim. Once you're here, you cannot be a victim anymore, because you're going to keep on creating what you don't want. These people started catching themselves being victims in their work. And what they did was they did a book of positive aspects, which is a very simple process that Abraham Hicks has been talking about it for years. But in our game, we started encouraging them. If you have a really difficult relationship, start doing the book of positive aspects on people that you work with or that you have a relationship with. And these people started within 2 days, within 2 or 3 days, they started shifting around relationships with these colleagues. They literally said these colleagues / clients became princes to them. And so this is one of the things that started happening. Another thing that started happening is, like, you know, we have some written testimonials here about people who've had really difficult relationships with family members. That started shifting because they were doing what we call the work. It's a lot of us know what we need to do, but we don't do it. And when we are here in this game, people actually really want to show to themselves, what can I actually shift? And so those are some of the things that have happened just in relationships. Another mother was really feeling, wanted to inspire her kids. and her kids couldn't be inspired. Her kids were like, you know, really leave me out of it. Don't leave me alone, mom. Don't give me that stuff. And then she started thinking, maybe I can manifest for my kids. And she started giving thanks for manifestations of her sons. And guess what? Her son started manifesting those things. And she's like, we are all flabbergasted. We're like, wow, you know. So the thing is, what we're doing here is we are creating a community of people that are getting out of the comfort zone of believing that what we believe is reality is fixed. You know, we are really starting to experiment with how can we create amazing things for people we love? How are we affecting people that we don't like, people that we think are, you know, not nice to us? How are we actually responsible for that? And so if you can do that for very difficult relationships, we're talking about estranged relationships for many, many years, or teenage children that never listen to their parents. If you can do it there, you can definitely do it with money, because we've seen a lot of people getting a lot of downloads. This is something that happens once you start going into heart and brain coherence. You will become more intuitive. You will start getting what we call downloads or non-local intuition about what is the next step to do, who do you need to call, or these people will call you or contact you, and they will, because you're in a vibrational alignment with what they want. And so what happens is that a lot of the players in our game started getting downloads, and what we teach them is you need to trust it, because this is what all the teachers teach. The only thing is, a lot of people that are in our game, they will actually admit, you know what, I always receive these downloads, but you know what, my analytical mind got in the way. I got a download, and then my analytical mind was like, nah, no way. So this is what happens when you start working in a team. You know, you start seeing 20, 30 other people posting, or maybe 50 people posting about what's going on, and they're like, what? If they can do it, I can do it. So basically, this is the added value of working with the daily accountability. So Ellen, would you like to go to maybe some of the testimonies that you think are really insightful or really fun? The ones that are in a PowerPoint, or do you think we've had enough?
I think we've had enough testimonials. It's more fun to see actual people,
yeah,
than to read it out. Yeah, lots of monetary manifestations, higher vibrations. Yeah, I think we covered the most interesting ones. I think people got the gist of it. I'll share my screen and show the last slide where they can see.
Maybe you can also share how our game platform looks like, Ellen, at one point, so they can see the appreciation game on Mighty Networks. So we work on a community network where every day we have one day with like one assignment, and the assignments are optional, because the only thing you have to do is appreciate 3 times a day and log it for yourself. We have an app that you can use for that, or you can do it in your notebook, or you can even do it, you know, like driving your car. But the only thing you need to do is you actually have to post in this network. It's on your phone as well, so you can have it with you everywhere. But what we also do is we have these additional optional assignments. They're optional, so you don't need to feel overwhelmed. And actually, a lot of our players, they love the optional assignments. They actually really, they want more of it. They're like insatiable. But so what is, yeah?
Yeah, sorry, I was just going to say, this is the home page where I put the link in the chat. So you can just sign up for this, because this is like the free area. So you'll have the appreciation game home. This is the home section. That's where we have just inspiring things that we post. But then once you sign up for the game,
you go to the secret area, because that is only section for the paid members. Yeah.
And then
go to table of contents. Yeah, you'll see every day, every month is 28 days, it's 4 weeks of 7 days. And then every day is like, you know, a specific thing. If you click on one, you could see what it looks like, what the accountability looks like. So apart from 3 times a day appreciating and logging it, we also share these videos about specific themes. So for instance, the week 2 was all about other people. And most people, most of us have resistance towards other people. We really have problems with other people. So we were teaching the law of non-resistance. And then, we were just sharing, watch these videos about law of non-resistance. This is what you can learn about it. And you can do the book of positive aspects. And people started sharing everything that they started understanding. So as you continue to study with us, you are reviewing things that you probably never heard of, or that you heard about, but you didn't really understand how they were actually applicable to you and how you could shift your life around. And I think literally all the testimonials in our game of the people who are getting the results, it is because they went out of resistance, because most of them came in with resistance, meaning they were victims. They were acting like victims. And all of us have been there because we are trained to actually blame the environment to do things to us. But actually when we come into the game, we start understanding that actually when you study the laws, it's all about us. We are at cause. And so when we start turning the tables and people start seeing, well, wait a minute, if I am at cause, then I can create another cause. I can be another cause, but I have to be another person. So I have to, for instance, stop resisting, because what you resist persists. What you give attention and focus on, you create more of it. So these people they stop doing it, and then because they suddenly stop doing it, they only focus on what they want, they focus on what feels good, they focus on alignment, they focus on appreciation. And then as a side effect, they're not even like doing much stuff, these other things start flowing into their life. People they care about, they start having improved relationships, they have strangers smile at them, they have ideal clients who they visualized come to them. Like one of our players has created, like she's been struggling a lot in her business for many years, and she's been doing a lot of the other work. But once she started joining this game and she had accountability, what she started sharing in one of her testimonials, she said, I always thought I needed to be fixed, but when I came into this game, I realized I don't have to be fixed. I need to appreciate more. There's nothing wrong with me. I just need to stop thinking I need fixing, I'm broken. No, I'm not broken. I just need to create new habits. And so she now actually has created, she actually had 2 sales during lockdown, and she is manifesting these super wealthy clients. So these are like her ideal clients because she's in a very specific business for high net worth individuals. She's attracting the high net worth individuals of the world. We're talking about like people who have loads of money, like people, these people are not gonna go and bargain, for what she's selling. So these are the things that are happening to our players because they start having many shifts on many levels in their identity and how they look at themselves, how they are using their mental creative faculties. And so this is so much fun. So this is our appreciation game app. Maybe you can show how it's done, Ellen.
Yeah. So this is it's actually an app for the phone, but we can access it on the in your browser as well, which is nice for if you want to type. I'm just gonna share it with you so you can look at it yourself when you want, or try it out. So yeah, this is a nice handy tool. So the whole focus is to add appreciation. So you can do this 3 times a day. Love.
So you need to say what set point you're in, and you need to say which goal or which area of my life am I appreciating.
Yeah.
So then you have to write appreciation for 68 seconds. The app won't even let you leave before you've done 68 seconds. So the 68 seconds has to do with a teaching of Abraham Hicks, where they say, when you think pure thought without resistance for 17 seconds, you will attract other likewise thoughts to it. So if you think thoughts that are wishy-washy, like I want to be rich when I feel poor, oh, I want to be loved, oh, but so many people have betrayed me, when you're so this basically, we need to think 17 seconds at least. And when we think 17 seconds pure thought without resistance, we attract more and more of these thoughts. But when you actually go to 68 seconds, that's when you start you start start working with the leverage of alignment. And a lot of people are noticing this. So we asked our amazing business partner, app developer, to really just create an app that would not allow us to even leave before we've typed 68 seconds. But most of the time I'm typing for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, because I feel so good about it. And the great thing about it is once you start logging it in the app, you can actually see over time how your vibrational set point is shifting. And we also created a section for manifestations. So you can add in the manifestation in which area. It could be a relationship, it could be in business, it could be in health, it could be a relationship to yourself. So this is really...
So I just had to type for 68 seconds at least. Yes. If I would have pressed next, it wouldn't have worked. So this is like our sort of way of making sure that you appreciate for at least 68 seconds. That's why I was typing for at least 68 seconds. And then after that, you notice how you're feeling. So you can feel, I always feel better. Like the first sentence I'm typing, I already am raising my consciousness. I can feel it. I automatically get a smile on my face. I often go to joy. And then saved.
Show them your time series. Yeah, your time series. Yeah, you can see how she's been shifting. Maybe the overview or the manifestations, if you want. Yeah, you can see the types of emotions that you excel in. Sometimes when you just join the game, you might be more in the lower skills of consciousness. So Wednesday, we're going to do a workshop. So you can really understand more of how we work with the David Hawkins scale and how we help you understand the 7 toxic ways of thinking and what appreciation is. So Wednesday, 9 o'clock, be there. If you're on our mailing list or on our little website or on Conscious World Club or the Facebook page, you'll see the event showing up. So yeah, I've had amazing manifestations. And because we told the app developer, as you start raising your vibrations, your manifestations are going to go, over the top. And the thing is, wouldn't it be amazing if you could actually see a whole track record of your skills of consciousness actually going up, and then also the manifestations going up, because we want to be scientists. Yeah, we're a little bit geeky like that.
And also nice to have everything in one place.
Yeah,
it's nice
not in 10 notebooks, 5, all these notebooks everywhere.
And your phone, you always have your phone with you, so you can appreciate wherever you are. I mean, you can always do it, of course, with a pen and paper, but yeah, they have pens and papers everywhere. And you don't really see that whole difference between the beginning and the end, which is what we're going for. Yeah, so everyone can try out the app. I put the link in the chat, so really try it out. It's fun to try. You can get acquainted with it before you start playing with us. And this, I put the link in the chat as well. I'll put it there again.
So the price is $111 per month, including VAT. And we wanted to make it as cheap as possible because we see it as a membership. So it gets renewed every month, but you can cancel any moment. And we also have, after 14 days, if you've been consistent, so you've been posting every day, you get the money back without any questions asked, because it might not be the right thing for you. It could be that you hate the people, you don't like all the positivity, or you just don't like appreciation. You like meditation for 5 hours, or maybe you need another method. So there's no risk in joining us. Definitely, I think, appreciation, I would say, is one of the easiest things to do. You don't have to sit in meditation for 4 hours. You don't have to do affirmations and mantras. It's just basically you learn the simple skill of appreciation. And 111 euros per month, including VAT. You can also become an affiliate. So if any of you have big communities, we can also help you explain to your community, but we would like to invite you first as a player before we actually want you to endorse us, because that's how we roll. And yeah, it's, Ellen, did I forget something? I mean, I just think 111, a normal coach or therapist is worth way more than that. And so we Ellen got the download that we really need to decrease the price, because when we designed the price, it was actually 3 times more expensive. And that was in the times when everything was going well. There was no Corona, there was no like lockdown. And so our avatar of our ideal client is somebody who is going to be a winner. These people are committed. They're not just talking about it. They're walking it. They're walking the talk, and they're expanding themselves. They're growing themselves all the time. And so these are the doers, not the people who are talking about it, posting about it. No, these are the doers. You can see them. You can see them manifesting. They are really the people that other people are asking, what are you doing? But ever since lockdown, we just noticed that people are more uncertain. And actually a lot of the people we want to help, they actually didn't have money. And they were like lost their income. And we were like, how are we going to help these people? And so we thought, okay, let's make it a monthly membership. They can stop whenever they want. But actually it is such a good price that, and the benefits are so high that they probably want to stay for a long, long time. And for us, it's all about the fun of being in a community, but also being in a community of people who manifest, people who do the work. And you can see people shifting. A lot of the people that, even the ones that are just in the 3rd week with us, so these are the new players, they're already inspiring us. They're like so inspiring us. Like, you don't have to be like one of the players that have been here for the 3rd game or the fourth game. Even the new players, they immediately get on track. And we will explain why this is happening. This has everything to do with the morphogenetic field that Ellen and I are creating. We set a very strong group intention for the morphogenetic field, the holographic field that we're creating for this group. We are working with entanglement, we're working with group intention, but also we're setting an intention that you will only join when you will get results. So your higher self knows whether you should be with us. And so I would say—
add one thing that what I love about what Abraham says is that when you appreciate for 1 month, watch your life change, but appreciate for 6 months, you will, people won't recognize you. You'll be completely different. So,
we see that with people in 1 week, their husbands are asking them, what is it that you're doing? What's going on with you? Like their husbands are noticing that there's a difference, right? That's amazing.
And isn't it worth finding that out for yourself, It's it's half the year of your life. So just be curious.
Yeah. So I don't know whether there are any questions, but I really enjoyed listening to our amazing testimonials and having our amazing players here and amazing guests here. And, and we are just, I can only say Wednesday, we're going to go more into the topic of I am all possibilities. And, really, I'm not there. I can tell you, when I had to write that list with 100 impossible things, I think I believe 10 of them, 10. So 90% I wrote up and I was like, well, I don't think my stomach doesn't believe it. So, but definitely I believe that as we do the work consistently, even if we shift 1% a day, even if we shift like 0.5% a day, you're going to see the results over time. And I think when we're together, because of the 100 monkey effect, we actually are entangled so much so that when one person has a breakthrough, the other people start, through the law of resonance, start shifting into that new habit, the new normal of that new person. And so these are all the things that Ellen and I are working with, but also Ellen and I are very much guided. We actually have no clue what we're going to design. We're just going to sit behind the computer and the things will come through us. And that's how we work. And that's how we teach you how to create your life as well, to let go of trying to figure it out with your mind, but to start trusting the unified field, start trusting the quantum field. But the quantum field, there is a plan for you, a higher plan for your life. And when you start co-creating and surrendering to that higher plan, it's only going to be fun. Abundance will come, improved relationships, improved self-esteem, and also much more joy and much more love for life, despite what's going on around us. You're going to see it actually as, wow, this is all helping us. It's helping us as a collective to wake up. So you're not going to think of, oh my gosh, the world is in such a worse place. No, you're going to see as, no, everybody has a choice. No matter what happens, all of us have a choice to be appreciative. And so, yeah. Ellen, are people clear about which website they should go to actually sign up for the game? Because
it's right here.
Yeah.
And I've sent it in the chat. You see the link here, theappreciationgame.com/IamAllPossibilities. That's the one.
Okay, great. And so Wednesday night, we have a taster workshop, and on Thursday night, the first class starts, and Friday morning is the first day when you have to start the appreciation game. You can work with the app before that and start playing with it yourself. So basically when you go to Conscious World Club, we'll try and post a video about appreciation so that you really understand what it is. But you'll definitely, when you join us, that is the week 1, we'll teach you the basics of appreciation, because you cannot hear it often enough, because it's actually mind-blowing how simple appreciation is, but how much result you can get with it. So thank you, everybody. Yeah, so it's time now. We want to honor all of you and your time. We want to thank you really for being here. And I really enjoyed it. I love what we're doing. I love being inspired by our players. They're actually my source of inspiration. I always have the tab open of appreciation game on my computer, and I always check what's going on there. And I can tell you that that specific website has such a high vibration. I don't know what it is, but people are hanging out there, you know, just to, I think, to feel the vibration of alignment. So it's really beautiful, the people that are working with us. I want to thank you if you're watching the replay, because of all the work that you're doing to be the living example of the truth, as Dr. Joe would say.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Lots of love to you. See you Wednesday, perhaps. Bye.
See you Wednesday.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.